this could be a random confirmation for somebody, but like you need to do something to like unlock your hips in some way in order to unlock your abundance and like free and release your root chakra, if you were wondering. Like there's like flexibility work and dancing in some way, because dancing is going to be like the thing that, I don't know, like completes the ritual, okay? So if you've been doing a lot of energy work or even like literal candle work and stuff like that and manifestation work, there's something that like, in order for you to ground all of that energy that you've been summoning basically into the physical, you need to do something with your physical body. So that could be exercise, okay? But I'm getting especially exercise that like opens up your hips. And like, if you're a masculine, this still applies to you, but especially for feminines that are holding a lot of trauma in your hips in some way, there's something like you needing to loosen it up. I'm getting to, there's something about like doing movements that feel embarrassing to do. That's the main thing. I don't know how that resonates. So like, obviously do it, you can do it in the comfort of your own room, but there's something really significant about like the last step of fully like bringing in the materialization of certain things that you desire into your life. And if that seems like, you have to think like, what's the thing that ties all cultures together regardless of like the superficial divisions? Like, everybody dances, right? And if you're somebody who has never felt comfortable dancing and something like that, or like moving your body freely in some way, like, I'm not saying that you need to go and like run 6 miles, or start becoming a power lifter or whatever, but there's some form of like physical movement that needs to be done, and not just for like 5 minutes, you know what I mean? You need to like get lost in it in some way, and that's going to help you to actually manifest what you're desiring. Like, because I'm getting that like you're like approaching the event horizon of something fully materializing in your life. Though, okay, so I'll like put it in terms of this. So say you met your dream person, you're in a relationship with them, but they're long distance, and then so you're trying to like, well, how can we overcome the distance? I'm so frustrated, we both want this and it's aligned and everything. It's like, it's because it's teetering on the precipice of like fully materializing in the 3D, but you need to do something, some physical action to like help it there fully. And what I was getting, and I know it's a bit woo, but again, going back to like, there's a reason why we dance as humans, okay? Like, I just keep getting that the energy of your manifestations is locked in your body, in some area of your body that you don't move often, okay? Because once your body feels more like loosened up in some way, it's getting that like the energy will become unblocked. All right, I'm also getting that like there is some form of physical movement that you're going to find you have a natural affinity for and like a talent in, okay? And it's your body, like, once you start moving, your body may just like naturally start doing it, okay? Like, it's the sort of thing of like, say you're just like fooling around like stretching on the ground, okay? And then you start to like experiment with different movements, and then before you know it, you're like, I don't know, pistol squatting, and you're like, how did I even know how to do this? This feels so good, this is so much fun. But it's giving that like there's a form of physical movement that's going to like help make you healthier, okay? But you're also going to find it fun to do. And it's something that like you're not going to be worried about how it looks to other people. It's just something that's strictly for you, but it feels good to do, and that is the key in some way. Like, so, again, it could literally just be dancing, right? There's something relevant about like allowing yourself to do embarrassing things when nobody is watching. And I don't mean embarrassing in like, oh, someone being a troll and like being mean secretly is embarrassing. I mean, like, things that are good for you that you may have held yourself back on because you are like embarrassed even when nobody's like watching. So all of like the spiritual work has been done, okay? Like, at this time, in regards to you reaching the next stage, okay? You've done everything right. You've done all the work. But if you're still experiencing stagnancy in some regard, it's because the energy is trapped in your body. And like, I'm also getting that because not everybody, is capable of doing certain like things, you know, especially if you're like, I don't know, wheelchair bound or something, like you have problems with your mobility, or I don't know if you have like POTS or something like that, like some autoimmune thing to where you, like it's giving like even just doing something where you like shake your body out, like I don't know, like you know what I mean, even if it feels silly, um you know, like shaking your legs until it wiggles, like just doing things that feel silly or whatever but are actually really good for you and are like is like moving the energy around. um Hold on. Like it could honestly be something as simple as like you just standing somewhere and like shaking your whole body out, you know what I mean? But like making a habit of doing that, um because again, or like there's something to where you need to incorporate like each part of your body. Like you need to be like, I don't know, like massaging yourself from your toes to the top of your head type of thing. You need to return to your vessel. Um because if you're like neglecting the three, like I know sometimes it's good and important to detach from the 3D when it doesn't immediately show you the results, but I'm getting that like the results are like, you know, they're like they want to come in, but you may have gotten to the point where you're like, you know, there's a time for when you need to ignore the 3D, and there's a time when you need to like fully step into your vessel and like, you know what I mean? But again, specifically, there's like a part of your body that you don't move and that you don't stretch that you need to do. You need to do that. And I'm getting for most of you, it's like your hips. And obviously, like, do it safely, okay? And, you know, some of you may, I'm just saying, some of you may need to, like, literally just, like, throw ass, even if you're a guy. Because it's something with your root chakra. Oh, and start like stretching your neck side to side. It may be tighter than you think that it is. Um, but yeah, heavy on just like finding a form of physical movement that you can be consistent in regards to, that makes you at least like smile or laugh, or like that feels good. And you don't need to follow some strict regimen or anything. And you don't even need to like follow some video that somebody else has made. Just like do what makes your body feel good. Like I'm honestly getting like, do whatever you feel compelled to do, what your body wants to do, because everybody's like bodies are built differently due to your genetics. Like you may be more built for strength training and like endurance, and someone else may be more built for like, I don't know, something else, right? Like short bursts and things like that. But there's something that like using physical movement as like a form of play and a form of therapy. I'm also getting that for some of you, you could have gone through something recently to where you broke a cycle of like, usually if you go through something as bad as that, you would have uh went back to like some sort of negative coping mechanism, like I don't know, you know, having sex with a bunch of people, just like detach from what's going on, or like, you know, some form of addiction, or you know, it could be anything, but I'm getting that like you broke the cycle to where doing something like that didn't even cross your mind, right? And so now you are developing like healthier coping strategies. But you may be like journaling and everything else and going to therapy even or whatever, but I'm getting like the last key to unlocking everything that you desire is, again, some form of physical movement, specifically like hip unlocking stuff.